Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another episode of Scrap Mechanic, and today I got the most Wedge Gang suggestion I could have imagined. In the suggestions channel of my Discord, I found this by Mock Duck. Their 9-year-old son suggested that I build a car out of only wedge blocks, excluding the driver's seat and bearings and engine, you know, the essentials for having a car. But they even said even the wheels have to be made out of wedges. And if this is not the most Wedge Gang suggestion ever, then I don't know what is. So this is actually going to be an interesting challenge because wedges are not like normal blocks. First, they have to be individually placed, unlike normal blocks which can be dragged and very easily placed in large numbers. And also, they have a surface that you cannot build on. So anything on the actual face of the wedge here, you can't place anything there, and nothing can collide with that really either in the build grid. So that's gonna make for some interesting obstacles when building this car. And I think this is also a great time to let you know that if you become a member by clicking the join button below, you'll get access to some brand new emojis that are for members only, including the newly introduced Wedge Gang emoji, which you can now leave in YouTube comments down below if you are a member of this channel. I've also updated the memberships with some cool new loyalty badges, which display next to your name in the comments below and give an indication of how long you've been a member for. So thanks to all the members who have been there for a while now, and hopefully this gives some incentive if you want to become a new member and help support the channel. There's some cool new stuff for you to interact with. All right, now let's build this wedge car. I've been debating in my mind, do I want to try to make the wedge car look like a car? It would be so much easier if I could use any blocks whatsoever, because if I build like a wheelbase out like this, I can't go back in this direction off of this surface at all. I'm just stuck with this angle here unless I do something like, okay, this could work. Yeah, that could work. We could do this, and then I could add another V like that. Okay. What I think I'm gonna do for this is I'm gonna have the image of a car as a general guide in my head, and if we get there, okay, and if we don't, then we're still gonna be somewhere. And this is about the journey of the wedges, not necessarily the destination. All right, so I'm gonna work on getting some wheels on here now. Let's see, how's that gonna look? That's looking okay. I don't want the wheelbase to be too short lengthwise, and I also don't want it to be too wide, which is why I kind of did this zigzag here so I didn't keep going out. But I need to do this back here too. Need to really make sure my dimensions are good, otherwise this vehicle is gonna handle terribly. I'm noticing it's a lot harder to count wedges than it is normal blocks since they're on a diagonal. So there's a slightly higher chance I might make a measurement mistake somewhere and have some asymmetry going on, but I'm sure you guys will catch me out in the comments if that happens. Does this look symmetrical? This looks pretty good. I feel like I should be a little bit longer though. How do I make this longer? I got to separate it in the middle. Oh, is this gonna work? Are these have to be, there's no way this is connected, right? Let's see. Yep, I figured that was gonna happen. I'm gonna attach at the top here. I guess I can do a, I mean, this is gonna be just a zigzag car. I didn't think about that. That's kind of like the philosophy of wedges. When you overuse wedges, wedges become zigzag, as you can see. Is that enough of an extension? I think that's enough of an extension. Let's take the weld tool, weld that right there. Now, how does this look as a wheelbase? There we go. I think those dimensions are looking a little bit more better. There I go, doing the English words expert. All right, now how do I put a seat on this? I can't attach any blocks on the inside here. I'm gonna have to go onto the sides like this. There's no suspension. Should I have put suspension? How do I put suspension on something like this? The challenge didn't say suspension was allowed. Only driver's seat, bearings, and engine. Oh no, I've already made a mistake. These were just placeholder wheels. I had no intention of using these wheels officially. They're just placeholder wheels, so I knew what the wheelbase was gonna look like, all right? Now I gotta build wedge wheels. Oh, I forgot. How did I forget about that so quickly? How do I even attach the wedge wheels? I'm gonna have no good center point attachment here. All right, no, this is fine. I'll figure it out. I will figure this out. How to make okay, all right, no, there's a way to do this here. All right, I can use this wheel as a template. So we got the center block, and then we go out to here. This is not easy. This is not gonna be easy. We do that. What? How is this possible? How do I make this a complete thing? This is not gonna work. There's no way that this is, okay, that works. Let me go in from there. Okay, out like that. But then it's kind of like, it's kind of over now. There's nowhere to go from here. I honestly don't see yet how I'm supposed to make a circularly symmetrical object off of a center point where the wedge is my starting point. Okay, hold on. What if I start from the outside and then I work my way in? All right, there's the edges of the wheels. See, this is just inconvenient. This is so inconvenient. What if no, there's the edges of the wheels. Ooh, here we go. I'm getting some interesting, no, these aren't attached now though. These don't attach to each other, do they? This is going great. First, I don't know why I didn't even consider that the wheels would be that challenging. Okay, here we go. I got something going on here. What if the wheels stick out like this? But see, I just need a single block, just one block to attach here. If I can't have that, I can't attach these two now, unless this. Does this need to be a thing? There we go. There we go. A bearing can be right there. There we go. All right, we're on to something. We're on to something now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm coming up with it. It is literally taking shape right in front of our eyes. Look at that as a wheel. Please tell me this doesn't fall apart. Okay, this is not the roundest wheel, but you saw where we started. This is definitely a huge step in the right direction. I'm gonna paint this black so we know it's a wheel. All right, this is what the wheel looks like from the front, I guess. All right, here we go. Let's weld these wheels on. Let's see how they look. All right, Wedge Gang wheels right here. Let's drop it down. I really kind of wish I had suspension on this thing now that I remember that the wheels are gonna be like this. All right, let's just add a placeholder seat and engine just to test out the wheels now. All right, here we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's turn follow cam off. We don't need that. You know what? This is, it drives. Oh no, there's no way to avoid an issue. The issue is that the wedges with the turning bearing on it, if we look down there, you can see the corner of the wedge sticks out. And that causes an issue where it rubs against the wheel, which then makes it not rotate. So that is definitely an issue. However, I think it's still in the spirit of the challenge if I can also add suspension to this thing, because suspension is like a purely functional part, like a seat and an engine. But I think to make the ideal wedge car, I think we're gonna need the help of some suspension. So this is gonna be interesting to make room for it. I'm just gonna use the short suspension though. So to make room for it, I'm gonna have to extend this upwards, put that there. I'm gonna put the steering. This is so tough. The tough thing is the steering. The steering is just gonna collide. No, there's a way to do this. All right, I think I've actually managed to pull it off pretty well. The wedges are definitely awkward. They're definitely awkward, but this actually avoids the steering issue that I had. I actually have the steering up here. You can see the bearing right over there on the right side. It steers from up there, and then down at the bottom, you can see nothing is colliding. So I think we're gonna have a much smoother steering, less issues with wheels getting stuck. Now, make sure my steering's actually going in the right direction now. And we can definitely get some speed on this thing. I mean, the suspension doesn't prevent the wheels from being super bouncy, but I think it does make them stay in contact with the ground a little bit more. All right, I think we got our basic functionality. We got our wheels, everything worked. We got suspension, we got steering. Now, I'm gonna try to shape this thing the best I can like a car, and I actually think this is gonna be the hardest part because I don't have a lot of freedom when it comes to how I attach things here. And I'm also just realizing that there's a terrible mistake here as far as consistency goes, because these wedges are not facing the same direction as these wedges for these wheel attachments, and I don't know how that happened because I thought I did this right. But I knew something like that was gonna happen at some point. All right, so in keeping with the Wedge Gang, I think I'm gonna make the front of this car a big wedge. Seems reasonable to me. Man, this thing is gonna be a nightmare to paint. All right, at least I can build wedges off the sides of wedges because that is making straight lines much easier with this method here. All right, check out these wedgy wheel wells. All right, wedgy is not a good, it's not a good way to describe something with a lot of wedges. This wheel well has lots of wedges, okay? And it looks, I think it looks cool. It looks wedgeful. There we go. This is a wedgeful wheel well. I've been slapping wedges down for a while now, and I've expanded the wheel wells a little bit, added a bit of a front hood here that has some wedge-like flair to it. I gave it a side panel, like a side door almost. It's not it doesn't move. It's not an actual door or anything, but it's really, I'm finding it really tough to fill in empty space just because of the nature of the wedges. But I think this is working out well so far. I want to try to make roof is going to be tough, but like I want it to look like it has a windshield, you know? But what if I just do this? That seems like it's too far. No, yeah, that's way too far in. It's gonna look like a tiny little window for a car. The windshield needs to come out of like over here or something. Okay, I think I should be able to delete this without an issue. Okay, that's good. All right, so what if I have this go up as like a windshield? That does seem more natural. All right, let's go with that. All right, so here is one side of the car. Now, I placed a lot of seemingly random wedges to accomplish this, and I gotta try to mirror it without mismatching anything over here. Should be easy. Here we go. Did I do it? Does it look the same? I think it's looking good so far. All right. Oh, you know what the roof is gonna look like, right? Yeah, the roof is just gonna be wedge after I mean, everything. That's just kind of, everything is gonna be wedges. That's literally the challenge. But it's gonna be a whole bunch. It's gonna be pointy. The roof is gonna be pointy wedges. It's gonna be wedgeful. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that roof. Look at that wedgeful roof right there. All right, now the back. What do we do about the back? Also, should the front have like, I don't know, like this kind of thing? Is that gonna interfere with the wheels? It actually seems to narrowly avoid wheel collisions. So far, what if I do, oh, that doesn't look good. Nope, that does not look good at all. Yep, that is not good. Okay, all right, can't do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I have done it. I think I have constructed the wedge car. This is what I've done with the back. I think it looks all right. I like how there's this cool diamond-shaped hole going right through. I made the front a little bit more interesting. I didn't like the just flat panel of wedges. It was very, very flat and boring, so I added this wedge-themed air intake. I know it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because you figured the air will just kind of bounce off of that. But the thing is, it actually catches the air from down here, which gets wedged up into the intake there. So that's how wedge air intake works. Patent pending technology, property of Wedge Gang. All right, so now I'm just gonna try to paint this thing red, but here, let's put it on a lift. We can see how many wedges this has and also confirm that this is just wedges. So we have 749 wedges on this thing, and you can see the only thing other than wedges are a seat, an engine, 8 bearings, and 4 suspension pieces. So confirmed there are absolutely no building blocks on this thing. It is a 100% wedge car. So I'm gonna paint this thing red, and then we're gonna take it on a road trip. We're gonna do some test driving with this thing. Now I just gotta do this to 700 and something wedges. All right, I got it all painted up, but I'm just realizing the fact that there are 749 wedge blocks when this is an even width and even dimension car makes me think it's not symmetrical. There is a wedge missing or an extra wedge somewhere on this creation, and that is bothering me. I can't find it yet. If anyone sees it before I do, let me know down in the comments. Oh, I found a difference. I found one. You can see I put this here with the wedges, but I did not put that here with the wedges. All right, found the discrepancy. It was actually more of an obvious discrepancy than I expected it to be. All right, so how does this go over here? Yeah, that just hovers right there. Okay. All right, so now the official count is 752. We have an even number, and this is, of course, going to be the wedge car. 100% wedges, 100% awesome. All right, let's turn on some cruising music and drive this thing around and see how it feels. Yeah, all right. This thing is not as bad of a ride as you would expect it to be considering the wheel shape with all the wedges. But it's also not the smoothest ride. It definitely could be smoother. It's a little bit bumpy. I'm glad I went with the suspension. But let's turn the engine up. Let's see what this thing's really capable of. Let's turn up to max. Nothing bad ever happens when you go max speed on an engine. All right, here we go. Oh no. All right, so now that's just a problem you have with any vehicle that accelerates fast. You just gotta do the acceleration gradually. And there we go. Now we're... Oh no. Guys, we have an issue. Our wheel got wedged into a wedge. You see what I did there? You see what I did there? All right, I think this has potential to go at full speed though, but we do have some risk of collisions when it comes to the wheel and the wheel well and the bumper. Or should I call it a wedge well, because it's wedges in the wheel well. It's wedges for wheels. All right, I'm gonna stop with the wedge jokes. All right, let's figure out what the optimal speed is here. I'm gonna go 2 below max. I feel like, no, that's still a little bit too much. All right, here we go. I think I found it. I think 4 below max is the ideal. Whoa, we can still do some wheelies, which is cool. I was gonna make a wedge joke and call them wedgies again, and then realize that that word that's still not, that doesn't work. Still doesn't work. Can't call them wedgies. That word is already taken. All right, I'm curious. How do wedges? I don't know what wedge buoyancy is like. I didn't look at the buoyancy rating. So how is the wedge car gonna handle jumping in the water here? Are we gonna sink fast? I mean, we definitely sink. I feel like we should be sinking a little bit faster considering the very hollow, open nature of this. There are no air pockets in this vehicle, but Scrap Mechanic does not factor that in whatsoever. I just want to see what happens when I actually get in contact with the ground. I don't think wedge wheels are ideal for sea-floor transportation. So this isn't the slowest sea-floor vehicle that I've seen. And here we go, we're getting out. Getting out is actually the easy part because it ramps up into the wheels. All right, look at that. We have crossed the sea-floor. All you gotta do is make sure you bring in your portable oxygen tank so that you don't die underwater. Breathing air is important for sustaining life. Well, I'm gonna consider this a mission success. We have wedge car, 100% wedges, complete and functional. So if you haven't joined the Discord already, definitely make sure you join the Discord with the link down below. And also, if you're a really big fan of the channel, consider becoming a member so you can get those cool membership badges next to your name and access to using emojis like the awesome new Wedge Gang emoji. And you'll also get an exclusive role in Discord that gives you access to exclusive chat rooms and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, you'll probably enjoy some other videos on the channel, which you can check out right here on the end screen. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.